Have you been a victim of online fraud before? At first, we thought this was a black people on white folks thing. Then some few years ago, online portals were just popping up like mushroom. And because now people don't want to do things in the physical, we want to do things in the virtual. So there were times you could actually sit in the comfort of your office and buy a car battery, buy a laptop, or buy a phone. That was when online shopping portals were credible. Now there are criminal syndicates everywhere. They want to take advantage of you. Be careful when you use an online shopping portal. Because what they do is they go to open source and piece together a story that is too good to be true. How on earth can someone put the picture of a car, an SUV, and the person tells you the car is only 10,000 Ghana cedis? When you shop online, if it is too good to be true, then chances are you are walking into a fraud situation. So we recommend that if you want to buy high stakes things, of course, a lady who wants to buy a little cosmetic here that costs less than 50 Ghana cedis or 100 Ghana cedis, small amounts of money, you don't cry for a whole week when you lose. Fair enough. And we always want to operate from the comfort of our offices. You want to be in your office and order anything you want, order a printer and all that. Initially, when this thing started, there were so many credible people that had things on sale online. But criminal syndicates would always want to be a little ahead of the curve. They want to be a step ahead of the curve. The other day, it was reported that a syndicate lured a man to a public place and they will ask you to come to a place you least expect. It's part of their game plan. So this guy saw a car online. They advertised the car online and the person was interested. And lo and behold, he didn't know they were choreographing a thought through, a well-crafted fraud situation. So they asked the person to come to a public place. And I don't want to stigmatize the place by mentioning it, but a place you would least expect they would want to use as a central piece of their fraud operations. So they will actually give you the car papers, but the papers will be dummy papers. They will give you the car key, it will be a dummy key. So as you exchange money for the papers, then there will be another group ahead of you. In the case of this current fraud, and of course sometimes they use women, beautiful women. Women are supposed to be protected, but criminals would always use women as a bait. Be careful. If a deal online is too good to be true, chances are it could be a fraud situation. You have to be very, very careful. So they lure you. They lured this group that was a potential buyer. Then when the person handed the money to them, you would have the car key. But by the time you put the papers together, you turn your back and they've vanished into thin air. And we live in a country where investigations are so slow. We live in a country where you report a case, for somebody to even come to the crime scene, you have to pay for the person's transport. So when you are duped online, you can't find the traces at all. At this time, in a country like this, every mobile phone that is used online to perpetrate fraud activities should be traceable. There should be GPS, there should be a way of using GPS to pin the location of every mobile number. But person A advertises a phone number on one of these online portals. The unsuspecting buyer finds out, oh, this picture is nice. This is exactly what I'm looking for. But there are signs to look for. First of all, if you really have to shop online, and we don't recommend it, if it is Melcom you want to walk to the Melcom. If it is a furniture you want to buy, go into a showroom. If it is a car you want to buy, go to a garage. And if you want to buy it from somebody and you are not buying it from a dealership, buy it from somebody you know. It doesn't suffice that you've seen for sale on a car, so you are calling the number and meeting the people. It is not safe. Purchases should be done in an environment that is devoid of any fraudulent activity, because you toiled and sweated for your money. And sadly, in Ghana, matters of fraud are not pursued with the urgency they need to be pursued. They tell you it's a civil case. If it is civil, then it means they won't detain the person. And because criminals are now running out of fraud ideas, they are swarming online buying and selling portals. And it is important that people, you for because if you don't take care, somebody is going to dupe you big time. And they use women, for God's sake, they use women, our sisters. Because it is part of sales and marketing that you use somebody of the opposite sex. If your product is a female product, when you use male voices to sell the products, chances of patronage will shoot up. If it is a male product, you use women. And we objectify women. So be careful. At first, you could buy a smartphone on one of these portals. You could buy a television, a flat screen. You could buy a car battery. You could do basic purchases. But please, don't go purchasing any high-stakes thing. Anything that runs into multiple thousands of Ghana cedis, my friend, you could be walking right into the middle of a fraud situation. You for day guard, be careful how you shop online. At first, we thought it was black people duping white folks, but the white market, I think, is running dry. So they are preying on fellow black people. Already people are poor. We are a poor country. And you just want to cheat people and take savings they have made for the past 3 years or 4 years. Don't go renting a house or buying a house online. It's risky. Deal with well-established, recognized real estate agencies and purchase yourself a house. You have to be careful because the criminals have now realized at gunpoint their chances of success are very slim and their chances of being arrested are high. So they've now taken their operations online. And you have to be careful. Low-key purchases, like something that runs into a few hundred Ghana cedis. Monies which when you lose, you won't cry for a week. But when you save multiple thousands of Ghana cedis and you want to buy a product online, mind you, I don't know why our security services are not able to trace mobile phones and use GPS to pinpoint the locations of these criminals. Somebody fleeces an innocent, unsuspecting buyer. The other day, they used this woman. She was the one fronting it. Transactions were done. They didn't know that the people were a syndicate, a criminal syndicate. So they actually handed over the car papers and handed over a dummy car key. By the time you say jack, the real car speeds off. And who do you report to? We live in a country where when you even go to a police station to lodge a complaint, sometimes you are told the investigator has gone home to eat. They don't know when he's even coming back. No sense of urgency. And so please, somebody fleeces you of loads of cash. They will tell you it's a civil case. They won't even detain the person. So be careful when you shop online because criminals have flooded the online market. If it is something that costs maybe cosmetics, sisters buy cosmetics online, and it is booming business for legitimate sisters out there who are doing this. Jobs are hard to come by. Some ladies would want to import clothes and cosmetic products and they sell to their friends. If you trust the person, know the person you are dealing with before you do any transaction. There are times they even say they can do deliveries. Some even use motorbikes, they do deliveries. Beautiful, beautiful. It is better when we get all of our youth, males and females, are like engaged, profitably engaged. But where there is prosperity, Where technology facilitates transactions, criminal syndicates are out there to prey on you. They are predators. They are fraudsters. Be careful before you wire money to anybody. Be careful when they even tell you, let's meet and exchange the product with your money. Why would you go shopping for a product and the person tells you, let's meet at 10 p.m.? Please be very careful. There is a lot of convenience with shopping online, but that is in advanced countries. You can be in the comfort of your hotel, the comfort of your office, and they are trustworthy people. But trust is a rare commodity to find on this African market, unfortunately. We shouldn't be saying this about ourselves. But there are young graduates who have tried getting a job, they've not got it. They have teamed up with criminals. They have teamed up with criminals just to cheat people. Shop right when you shop online, and shop carefully, protecting yourself and your money, because there are people out there to prey on you. Bye-bye.